Adidas Basketball just launched its newest model within the Infinity series, and these ones might be my favorite one yet. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look. Sorry, that was anticlimactic.
It happens.
We've got a detailed look and breakdown on these bad boys right here, man. These are freaking awesome. This is the Nova IIInfinity from Adidas. I love these. There's some colorways of these that I think are so good. I cannot wait for them to release. And I just wanted to point out that when I opened up the box, there is an actual quality control sticker in there. And we all know who's missing that right about now. So yeah, shout out to Adidas. That's cool. Now, before we deep dive into these bad boys, we do have a quick word from today's sponsor, and that just so happens to be the good folks over at Bombas. As of late, I have been wearing and absolutely loving their quarter-cut vintage style socks. They're super comfortable for everyday wear and feature great performance features such as the seamless toe, a honeycomb arch support system, Y-stitched heel, as well as a cushioned footbed. They look great with all of my retro sneakers, and the best part is that every pair purchased equals one pair donated, while standing firmly behind their 100% happiness guarantee. So now that we're in the gift giving season, you can feel good and do good with Bombas. And by the way, they have other things outside of just socks, like their Sunday slipper, and yes, these still apply for the one pair purchased equals one pair donated. So if you're interested in trying out Bombas, you can use our link down below in the description box or the QR code that you see here. And if you're a new customer to Bombas, make sure that you use our promo code that you see right here on the screen, and it'll save you 20% off your very first purchase. Now, with all that being said, these guys right here just look amazing. I think that this is such a nice looking modern silhouette. This is the way to pay tribute or homage to your past, your heritage, without it being a blatant copy and paste job like a hybrid that you would see from other brands. Not that Adidas hasn't done that before, but this just feels like they're in a different design bag. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like really creatively flowing right now, and I really like it. Like a lot of the shoes, whether you like the way that they look or not, they're at least gaining a reaction. And I think that that's very important when it comes to footwear. I did say earlier in the video that this was part of Adidas Basketball, which is true, but this is not a basketball product. This is a basketball inspired product, and it's part of Adidas Basketball's lifestyle line. A little confusing, I know, because they do have their original series, which is their lifestyle models. But since this is not an original model, they had to designate it somewhere else. So they've basically created a lane within their basketball category that's for basketball inspired products, most notably basketball inspired products from its basketball past. And I didn't write any of that down. That's all off the dome, okay? So yeah, I feel like, what's that fool's name from Secret Galaxy? You know, where he goes through all the toy history and...
Oh, yeah.
Dan Larson. Felt like Dan Larson a little bit, but I know that he's reading from a script, and I don't do that, so yeah.
But you like him.
I love him.
I just want to make that clear.
I love him. Yeah, I'm just saying that. I didn't need a teleprompter. That's all straight from the dome. Now, this is part of the Infinity series. So obviously we've got the Crazy Infinity here, which I think are so cool. I know a lot of people don't like these, but I think you're tripping, man. These are fresh. There's also another model called the Mad Infinity, and that shoe is one that definitely gets a reaction, especially from me, because it's not a positive one. I'm not gonna say that I think the shoe is hideous and it makes me angry. Shout out to our previous video. I don't remember which one it was, but somebody left a question of the day about what shoe makes you angry. So it doesn't make me angry, but I would never wear that. It's just too, not high end, but concept. You know what I mean? Like it's too weird. I don't have that kind of swag, not even close.
Like the Red Sea, it's me.
And now we have that third model again. This is the Nova IIInfinity. I think that this might be the sleekest and most wearable out of the bunch. If anything, it's very much in line with the stuff that it was inspired by from the 90s. One of my favorite Adidas shoes of all time is a basketball shoe that some people may or may not know. It was kind of a takedown shoe, but not, you know what I'm saying? It was like a team model, and it was called the Mad Handle. Now there has been other Mad Handles within Adidas's basketball lineup since that shoe, but that was the original, and that's what shoes like this and the Mad Infinity are inspired by. Not only that, but they do take some of the Kobe-esque style of stuff. So if you look at the heel right here, it's taking heavy inspiration from the Adidas Crazy One, also known as the original Adidas The Kobe. Yes, it was called The Kobe. Weird. And they did bring it over to this model here, the Crazy Infinity, but this one you could definitely tell like it's from that. And on top of that, the tooling, very similar. And if we move over to the outsole, very similar as well. Obviously, when you're comparing these two models, the Crazy and the Nova. The Crazy is more heavily inspired by the Kobe series itself, but you could still see the heavy inspiration on the Nova right here. You've got herringbone tread from top to bottom. You still have the 3 dots on there. That was very prevalent on those Kobe models. You have the midfoot torsion system that was also present there as well. And then the overall midsole sculpting, while not identical, definitely takes heavy inspiration from it. And it looks awesome because, again, it's not a direct copy and paste. They've kind of taken what was and they've turned it into what is now, which is something entirely new. What's that? You like my hoodie? Well, thank you. These are actually coming up for pre-order exclusively at senseapparel.com. You're going to see pre-order dates on the screen right here. And if you order within the pre-order window, they will be delivered in time for the holidays, so you can have your gift giving season be pretty fucking awesome with cool shit like this. So don't miss out. If you haven't already, go to senseapparel.com, links down below in the description. You can sign up for the email newsletter where it will directly email you when they're available. And basically, if you snooze, you lose. So yeah, no restocks. We don't do that. Leftovers maybe, but that's only if there is any. Now, as far as the cushion itself, it is just EVA foam. There's nothing really spectacular about it. Again, it's a lifestyle model, so they're not putting a ton of tech into it, just a ton of thought and design. And the insole in typical Adidas fashion is this piece of shit right here. So luckily you can take that out, swap it out for anything else that you want, but letting you know that that insole is laughable. The upper is really cool. Obviously, some of these new modern sneakerheads are gonna look at this and be like, hey, they're ripping off Adidas's Yeezy stuff. And while I will agree that this does look Yeezy-esque, those Yeezy models were not only designed by Adidas designers, but they were also tasked with using Adidas's heritage when designing these sneakers. So again, when you see stuff like this is from the mind of Adidas. This is not from the mind of someone else putting their name on it and being paid to do so. It's not an endorsee product. Now, as far as the materials are concerned, they are synthetic, but they're actually nice synthetics. Like, you can almost fool somebody that this is a premium product, even though it's not. These side panels right here are a microfiber, and basically it's trying really hard to mimic suede, and it does a good job of it too. Like, it even changes color and everything. It's kind of weird. And this is the part where this particular colorway being muted in this black, gray, and red, while cool, I do prefer like white based colorways and just something with a little bit more color. And they've got that coming. Like, this white colorway is super sick and really reminds me of the Adidas Mad Handle that I used to have, which was the simple white and black colorway. But they also have this blue version, which is very reminiscent of a blue version of the Kobe or the Crazy One. Or even if you wanted to tie it back to the Mad Handle, the pair that T-Mac used to wear. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that like, even if you don't love this one, like, I'm really excited for the future colorways. Like, this shoe just looks cool. Now, the center material that you see running up the toe and the eye stay area, that's also a synthetic. It's a synthetic nubuck. It also feels really good. Like, this is weird, like, that you can get this kind of synthetic out of a product and still charge under $150.
Shut the front door.
Everything else is pretty basic though. You do have an internal lacing system. You've got a mesh tongue. And before I forget, these little tabs right here on the back are reflective. So there you go. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, that's gonna be the tricky thing with these guys. Much like the insoles Adidas and their sizing, just really, you guys gotta get a handle on that. No pun intended.
Are they too short?
Way too short. So yes, going up a half a size at minimum is going to be required, like, no doubts about it. However, some people, and by some, I loosely mean most, may want to consider going up a full size. And I'm a guy that will never, almost never recommend that. And it's just necessary here. There's a lot of padding in the back. There's a very tapered toe. The last that they're built on is very snug. So whatever happened here, not sure, but just know that if you're buying them online, go up a half a size at minimum. If you're a wide footer or you like a little bit of wiggle room, go up a full size and you can thank me later. I had to do the same thing with these. Not a full size up, but a half a size up. Now, with all of that being said, what do we have for today's question of the day?
Cocktail, beer, or wine, or maybe just a light blue Gatorade.
I don't drink any of that stuff, not even the Gatorade. I will drink Gatorade's water, like their electrolyte powered water, but only when it's at Costco, because it's Costco, so you get a little bit of a deal. I just stay away from all that stuff. I drink water. Recently got on the tea train. I had black tea the other day. That was kind of good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just drink water, man. Like, I don't even drink soda or anything anymore. I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible because I'm getting older, not younger, and our bodies can't handle that. Plus, with all of the regulations on, you know, food and stuff like that here in the United States, which seems to be non-existent when you compare the same items to other overseas versions of those same brands, like cereal or whatever. And so yeah, so I'm not interested in putting all of that crap in my body. And with me still playing basketball, I need to keep my body in as good of shape as I possibly can, because it feels like crap most of the time because it's old as shit. So yeah, I'm fun at parties. But with all of that being said, sound off below and let us know what you think about the Nova IIInfinity right here, as well as their Infinity series overall. Again, the three models. There's the Mad Infinity, the Crazy Infinity, now the Nova IIInfinity. Which one is your favorite? If you wanted to rank them, feel free. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for spending your time with us. We will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one. And drink safely. Or what is it called? Responsibly, like the commercials. Drink responsibly.
How holiday of you.